ABCs of mathematics. A is for addition. Addition is the mathematics of counting. We use the plus sign for addition. The opposite of addition is subtraction. We use the minus sign for subtraction. This equation says 1 apple plus 2 apples is equal to 3 apples. Oops. B is for base. A base number is a number being multiplied by itself many times. An exponent is the number of times the base is being multiplied. Rather than writing 2 times 2 times 2, we write 2 to the third power. Right here. The number 2 is the base, and the 3 is the exponent. This says 2 to the third, or 2 times 2 times 2 equals 2 to the third power equals 8. C is for chord. A chord is a straight line inside of a circle. Chords are used in geometry and trigonometry. Each end of a chord touches the circle. If the chord passes through the center of the circle, it's called the diameter. D is for division. Division is the mathematics of fair sharing. Division separates something into equal parts. The number being divided is the dividend. The number used as to divide by is the divisor. Division is the inverse, or opposite, of a multiplication. So this equation says 4 apples divided into 2 groups, or divided by 2, is equal to 2. So we say 4 apples divided into 2 groups. There are 2 apples in each group. E is for equation. An equation is a mathematical statement that one thing is equal to another. Equations use the equal symbol to say that the left side is the same as the right side. For example, 3 plus 3 equals 6. The numbers on the left are equal to the number on the right. This equation says 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. F is for focus. The focus is the point where the reflected lines meet. A magnifying lens has focus for light passing through it. Changing the geometry of the shape changes where the focus is. A focus is also used to change the power of magnifying mirrors, like in a telescope. G is for golden ratio. The golden ratio is a number equal to about 1.618. The golden ratio appears often in mathematics, nature, and even art. The golden ratio is given as the symbol phi, or phi. I've heard it both ways. The length of the sides of each square above, up here, gets smaller by the ratio of phi. H is for hypotenuse. A hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle. A right triangle has one 90-degree, or square, angle. The side of the triangle opposite this angle is called the hypotenuse. I is for infinity. Infinity is the word to describe the idea of being bigger than any number. Infinity itself is not a number. Infinity is one of the first abstract ideas in mathematics. J is for joint probability. Joint probability is the likelihood of 2 different events happening at the same time. If two coins were flipped into the air, the joint probability of both coins landing with a heads up is 1/4. K is for knot. A knot is a closed loop. In mathematics, the two ends of a knot are joined together and cannot be undone. A basic knot is a circle shape. Some knots can be unwound to look like a circle, and others cannot. L is for limit. A limit is the value that a sequence approaches but never reaches. A sequence of balls can go on for infinity, getting closer and closer to a line but never crossing it. This line is the limit of the sequence. M is for matrix. A matrix is a table of numbers. Matrices are used in the area of mathematics called linear algebra. They can be written surrounded by brackets or parentheses. N is for null set. The null set, or circle with a line through it, is the set of things with nothing in it. It seems weird, doesn't it? But it is in fact used to create math itself. So this null set is equal to nothing. O is for one-to-one. One-to-one is a special mathematical map. A map is a pairing of things from two different sets. In a one-to-one map, each item in each set has only one partner. P is for prime. A prime number is divisible only by 1 and itself. Examples of prime numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11, except not 1 anymore. That's been changed. Composite numbers are those that can be divided evenly by other numbers. For example, the number 4 can be divided evenly by 1, 2, and 4. Again, just 1 is not a prime number. Q is for quadrangle. Any shape with exactly 4 sides is called a quadrangle. Quadrangles have straight sides and 4 angles. A square is an example of a quadrangle. Also, a rectangle is an example of quadrangle. R is for root. Root is the shortened way of saying square root. The square root of a number is another number that can be multiplied by itself to give the original number. For example, the root of 9 is 3, since 3 times 3 is equal to 9. S is for subset. The subset is a smaller part of a larger group. If all the things in one set are contained in a larger set, it is called a subset. Subsets help break complicated groups down into simpler building blocks. So if this big set is dogs, a subset would be schnauzers. T is for torus. A torus is a 3-dimensional donut shape. It is a basic building block of the study of topology. Topology is the study of mathematical shapes as they are twisted and transformed. U is for union. The union of 2 sets is another set that contains elements of both. Unions and intersections of sets behave like the addition and subtraction of numbers. So in this example, this first set is blue, the second set is yellow, and the union, which is the color that's in both, is green because blue and yellow make green. V is for variable. A variable is used in equations when a number is unknown. Variables are quantities that can change and take on different values. In this equation, both x and y are variables. This equation says y is equal to 2x plus 1. W is for whole number. Whole numbers are the counting numbers, including 0. Whole numbers have no fractions or decimals. Whole numbers are not less than 0 and are not negative. Zero, 1, 2, 3, etc. Those are whole numbers. X is for x-axis. The straight line going left to right on the graph is the x-axis. Relationships between two variables can be shown on a graph. Graphs can be used to depict things like lines, angles, and curves. The points plotted on a graph are called coordinates. Y is for Y-intercept. The Y-intercept is the point where a line or a curve crosses the vertical axis on a graph. The vertical line on a graph is called the y-axis. When a line or curve crosses the y-axis, the x-coordinate is equal to 0. Z is for 0. 0 means nothing. Whole numbers represent an amount of something, but 0 means that there is no amount to count. It is also used as a placeholder to show that something is missing. The end. Eraser. Rub, 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 rub. I was just, testing you. This equation says 5 plus 4 is equal to 11. And Eraser says, mm-mm. And the pencil is like, I was just, testing you. The Eraser knows. The answer is 9. The pen says, excellent. Thanks. Guess I'm just naturally good at math. The Eraser is grumpy. You totally rocked that math test. Pencil is so sharp. I wish I was as cool as Cobalt. Everyone thinks Pencil and her friends are the smart and creative ones. It's not fair. And look at tape and glue. They can get anyone to stick together. Even the pipe cleaners and the buttons. They're all singing Kumbaya. We all love paper. Whenever I see you, I feel like I can do anything. And scissors, well, she's just kind of scary. I don't run. Ever. What do I bring to the table? Nothing. I just take things away. You make everyone look good. You do an excellent job. I'm tired of just being the cleanup crew. Don't you ever feel like you're more? More what? Lunchtime is over. Everyone gather around for a science project meeting. I hear it's worth half our grade. Not you, Eraser. This is a creative meeting. That's mean. That night. Rub, rub, rub. It's going to knock their caps off. Ta-da! It's for the science project. What do you think? It's wonderful. Very modern. Chew. I'm sorry, Eraser. I'm all clogged up. That's my stuffy nose. Enough with the fun and games. We have real work to do. Later that day. Looking good, everyone. Let's take 5. Eraser, what are you doing? Helping? Eraser has one job, to clean up after me. It's my fault she can't actually make anything. Oh, sorry. It's not my fault that she can't actually make anything. Except that mess. I'm tired of being Pencil's pooper scooper. Please don't go. We need you. Are you sure, Eraser? Fire away. Forward my mail. Swoosh. Whomp. That's a great word. Ow. Sorry, dude. Eraser? Hey guys, look, it's Eraser. I'm a huge fan. Love your work. You do? Well, sure. We're all first drafts. Without us and you, there'd be nothing to hang on the fridge door. I do create. I create second drafts. Mistakes make us great. Meanwhile, back on the desk. Oh no, I forgot to check my math homework. Oh dear. It's wrong. Disc. She got an F. Ah! This is not good. Oops. Yeah! Eraser's back! And I brought some friends with me. Hooray, we missed you! Oh, thank goodness. They're going through my entire sheaf like there's no tomorrow. It's been total bonkers. Eraser? I'm sorry. I think I need your help. Will you please help me? You bet. Let's get to work. Take your time. You're doing great. We can always fix it. The next day, they got an A+ on their science project. Hooray! Woohoo! The tape and glue are singing Kumbaya. They say, oh, we had the straightest lines. For sure. You know, you make a very fine point. Sure, I like correcting, but what I really want to do is paint. Thanks, partner. Anytime. Oops. The end. Use your noodle. Macaroni visits the supermarket. This is Mac-A-Roni, but you can call him Mac. He loves taking adventures with his friends to keep his brain on track. Math helps him solve problems every day, whether it be at the park, pool, or grocery store. Without wonderful math in our world, our days would be such a bore. It's true. It's very true. We can use our noodles to think really hard. To help Mac solve problems in school or our own backyard. Mac loved math. He liked counting and numbers and finding sums. Mac and his mother are going to the supermarket today to pick up some healthy afternoon snacks and sides for dinner. The first thing Mac noticed when he walked into the store were brown baskets full of delicious green and red apples. May we please buy some apples? Asked Mac. Of course, dear, said Mac's mother. But first, let's put your brain to the test and do some math. Which basket has more apples in it? Mac liked counting. First, he studied the baskets, then pointed to each red apple as he said a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, Mac counted the green apples. He pointed to each green apple as he said a number. Since there are 9 red apples and 6 green apples, there are more red apples than green apples, said Mac. That's correct, Mac, explained his mother. Way to use your noodle. Now, let's get some ears of corn for dinner tonight. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green apples. I want you to get 10 ears of corn for me from the bin, but when you put them in the cart, you need to count them backwards. Mac was excited about this math challenge. He found the corn and started counting. Since he was counting backwards this time, he started at number 10. Each time he said a number, he put another ear of corn into the cart. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Way to use your noodle, said Mac's mother. Let's go get some nuts to make trail mix. As Mac and his mother approached the barrel of mixed nuts, Mac noticed a funny silver basket sitting on a clock. Mom, what is that funny clock thing? Do nuts tell the time? Do nuts need to tell time? Asked Mac. That's not a clock, Mac, laughed his mother. That is a scale. A scale is used to measure how much things weigh. I want 2 pounds of cashews. Scoop the cashews onto the scale until the scale reads 2 pounds. Max scooped the cashews onto the scale until the scale's red arm pointed to 2 pounds. Amazing work, proclaimed his mother. Now I need 4 pounds of almonds. Max scooped the almonds onto the scale until the red arm pointed to the number 4. Fantastic, said Mac's mother. But I have a question that will make you use your noodle. Which bag is lighter? Mac thought hard about this math question. Ooh. Since the almonds weigh 4 pounds and the cashews weigh 2 pounds, the cashews are lighter, said Mac. Correct again, said his mother proudly. Mac and his mother continued on their supermarket journey. As they turned to walk down the next aisle, Mac's mother was stunned with how many shapes she saw. Mac, look at all these wonderful shapes surrounding us. I see triangles, squares, rectangles, and circles, exclaimed his mother. Mac looked around. Really? Said Mac. I don't see that many shapes at all. Oh, Mac. Use your noodle. Shapes are all around us, and if you look, you could find some. Try to point some shapes out to me. Oh yes, I see now. I see circles and squares. I see rectangles and triangles. I see shapes high and low and all around. Fantastic shape discoveries, Mac, said his mother as she put a few boxes of crackers into her cart. I believe we are ready to check out. Mac and his mother pulled their cart up to the checkout counter 15. The line was long. It was a very busy day at the supermarket. Are we first in line, Mac? Asked his mother. I don't think so, said Mac. There are too many people in front of us for us to be first in line. You are right. We are not first in line. What position in line are we? Asked his mother. Well, my best friend Bo is at the front, so he is first. Cheerleader Linguini is second, and Farmer Manicotti is third. So that puts us in the 4th position. Brilliant, said Mac's mother. She was beaming with pride. When Mac and his mother reached the front of the line, he placed 3 ears of corn and 2 apples on the conveyor belt. It's time to use your noodle again, said his mother. How many items are on the belt altogether? Thought Mac. To find out how many there are in all, I need to count the ears of corn and the apples. There are 1, 2, 3 ears of corn and 1, 2 apples. So there are 5. 3 plus 2 more is 5. As Mac and his mother left the supermarket, Mac smiled, thinking about how many times he had used his noodle. He loved doing math and was excited for his next math adventure. The end. LULU the Tiger and the yummiest pizza. LULU the Tiger and her friends play on the playground. They climb bars, ride the swings, and run all around. I feel so hungry, says LULU. Don't you? Her friends nod and say, huh, we're hungry too. LULU says, let's all go to my house and eat. It won't take long. It's right across the street. LULU asks, what are we going to eat? Fruit or vegetables? Maybe some meat? Her friends shrug. They don't know. Ugh, how about a pizza? Says Hal Hippo. LULU asks, what can everyone do to make Hal's pizza idea come true? Eddie Elephant says, I'll mash the tomatoes up nice. Hal Hippo adds, I'll give the zucchini a slice. Jeffrey Giraffe says, I'll grate the cheese. Penelope Parrot asks, can I mix in oregano, please? Zoe Zebra says, I'll knead the dough while you do that. And LULU says, I'll roll it flat. They take the tomatoes, zucchini, cheese, and oregano and spread them all out on top of the dough. They put the pizza in the oven to bake. Whew, that was hard work. We need a break. Yeah. LULU and her friends start to play. They are having so much fun today. Then Jeffrey Giraffe says, what's that smell? His friends smell something strange as well. The pizza is burnt. LULU wants to cry and shout, but she takes a deep breath and says, let's figure this out. Then her friends all give her a great big hug. And she feels so much better with her friends close and snug. Jeffrey says, it's a mistake that anyone could make. Penelope says, we can fix it together. Let's bake. Let's make another pizza, says LULU. We have dough left, says Zoe. It hasn't... Excuse me. It hasn't started to harden, Eddie Elephant adds. And there are more tomatoes in the garden. Oh no! Eddie Elephant slips. All the tomatoes fly into the air. Oh dear. But Eddie Elephant does a wonderful roll and catches the tomatoes right back in his bowl. Magic. Magic. The friends put another pizza in the oven to bake, and this time they won't make the same mistake. They set a timer and sit down to wait. This time they know their pizza will be great. The timer goes off. The pizza is heated. Lulu and her friends can't wait to eat it. But you have to wait for it to cool down or you burn your mouth, like I do every time I eat pizza. Every time. It's tasty and terrific, a delicious delight. It is the yummiest pizza they have ever eaten, and they enjoy every bite. The end. The mission of addition. Addition, combining two or more numbers to come up with their total. Addition is growing the total of things, like bubbles in a bathtub, or bright, shiny rings. 6 yellow buses were parked in a line, 3 pulled up behind them, and then there were 9. Along came 4 more, and that made 13. If you got that right, you're an adding machine. To add is to make bigger the total number of whatever you are counting up. Like baseballs in a glove. 7 batters plus 2 more make 9 when they are added. The number just gets bigger with each one who has batted. No amount gets smaller when you're working in addition. The numbers climb from low to high, because that's the addition's mission. The Johnsons had one babysitter. Gretchen was her name. She cried, "Help!" So, number 2, Miss Higginbottom came. 3rd came Mrs. Clinklehorn. 4th was Mrs. Stein. So far, this made 4, who tried to keep them all in line. 5th was Caitlin McNamee, and 6th was Mr. Lee. And 4 more, totaled 10 in all, to watch that crew of 3. You see, to add means to increase. It's a way of showing more, whether counting babysitters or bread crusts left on the floor. Plus can be used, just like and. It helps us when we count, combining all the numbers until we get the full amount. This says 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. Equals can be used like is or totals, or even makes. It doesn't matter if you're adding friends or birthday cakes. So you can say 3 plus 2 equals 5, or 3 and 2 make 5. So, if a hen lays 7 eggs, plus 3, plus 4, plus 10, the total equals 24, and one exhausted hen. In counting the musicians in a marching band at school, you add up all the players from each group. Just look, it's so cool. 9 are playing the trumpet, plus 3 on trombone. 2 more jam on flugelhorn, and 1 on saxophone. So 9 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6, that's 20 horns in all. But wait, when you add in 8 bass drummers in, it equals 28. So when it comes to counting, don't worry, fret, or fuss. You'll find that knowing how to add is very much a plus. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So, What is addition? Do you know? What's 7 plus 6? 6 plus 5? 3 plus 9? 3 plus 2? Oh my gosh, there's so many. 8 plus 7? Should we say the answers? 7 plus 6 is 13. 6 plus 5 is 11. 3 plus 9 is equal to 12. 3 eggs, add in 2. Add 2 more, I should say, is equals 5. That guy has too many on his shirt, so I won't read them. 8 plus 7 is equal to 15. The end. Can a spider be fluffy? To my nibblings who love spiders and wanted to tell me about their favorite spider, the Goliath bird eater. Have you ever stopped to watch a spider? Was it fluffy or smooth, spotted or plain? What did it look like? Well, whoa. What do yellow garden spiders look like? Are they fluffy? No. Yellow garden spiders look smooth and elegant. These spiders often add a zigzag pattern to their webs. Very fancy. What about nursery web spiders? Do they look fluffy? Nursery web spiders look thin and pointy. Nursery web spiders build special nests for their spiderlings. Giant house spiders don't look fluffy either. They look long and skinny, just like a daddy longlegs. Wait, this is the wrong one. This daddy longlegs can't spin silk. This is a harvestman, not a spider. Harvestmen only have 2 eyes. Spiders have 4 to 8 eyes. This daddy longlegs is a spider, though. Does it look fluffy? No. It looks thin and scraggly. These spiders are also called cellar spiders. Goofy. Are any spiders fluffy? Cross spiders have bristles all over their legs, but they aren't fluffy. Cross spiders build a frame for their web from non-sticky silk, then add sticky silk to trap insects. Barn spiders are a bit shaggy, but they look more prickly than fluffy. Many spiders like to hide their egg sacs in dark corners. And bolus spiders don't look fluffy at all. They look lumpy and swollen. Bolus spiders catch moths with a sticky spitball. What about spiny orb weavers? Do they look fluffy? No. Spiny orb weavers look spiky. These spiders come in several different bright colors. Crab spiders look soft and plump, but they don't look fluffy. Crab spiders hide in flowers instead of building a web. The ant mimics don't even look like spiders. Can you guess what they do look like? These spiders sometimes wave their front legs in the air to make them look like antennae. Are cobweb spiders fluffy? No. Cobweb spiders are round and shiny. Cobweb spiders are related to black widow spiders, but they aren't dangerous to humans. Wolf spiders aren't fluffy either. They are hairy, but their hairs look sleek and flat, not fuzzy. These spiders look These spiders look after their spiderlings for a couple weeks after they hatch. Still, some spiders can look a bit fluffy. Jumping spiders look almost cuddly. Almost. Jumping spiders are about the size of an ant in real life. And Goliath bird-eating tarantulas look fluffy as well, especially their thick, furry legs. Yeah. Goliath bird eaters are one of the largest spiders in the world. But even jumping spiders and Goliath bird eaters aren't as fluffy as the pink-toed tarantula. Pink-toed tarantulas might be the fluffiest spider in the world. What do you think? Oops. Bonus material! Can't see my thumb. Excellent. Are some spiders dangerous? Yes, if you're a bug. Spiders just want to find food and stay safe. Most spiders probably think you are scary. Some spiders may bite humans, though, if they feel threatened. Have an adult help you research which spiders in your area may be dangerous. Then, find a piece of paper and draw a picture of those spiders so you know which ones to avoid. Did you know? This book uses the spider's common names because those are the ones most people would usually recognize. However, species of spiders sometimes share common names. For example, tarantulas got their name from a species of European spider, but that spider is actually a type of wolf spider. This can make it confusing to discuss spiders using their common names. That's why scientists use scientific names for spiders and other animals. Spiders and their scientific names. The end. Can a tree be blue? For the child who likes to snuggle with me while I'm working and always tells me whether or not my trees look happy. Have you ever seen a blue tree? Well, are willows blue? No. Willow leaves are light green. Yeah. What about oak trees? No. Oak leaves are dark green. Are all trees green? No. Silver poplars look green most of the time, but when their trees flutter in the wind, they turn white. Some magnolias are green and brown. Their leaves are dark green on top and brown underneath. And smoke trees look purple, or sometimes pink. Many trees are green in the summer, but change colors in the fall. Do trees turn blue? Well, do birch leaves turn blue? No, they turn yellow. How about dogwoods? Do their leaves turn blue? No. But many of them turn red. What about maples? Well, some maple leaves turn orange. But others turn yellow or red or even purple or all the colors at the same time. But blue? No. Not blue. Then icy weather and cloudy days turn all the trees gray and brown. Well, not all the trees. Most of the trees. In the spring, the trees grow new leaves. Are these leaves blue? No, they're still green. Sometimes the baby leaves are yellow-green when they first start growing. Some trees stay green all year long, even in the winter. Many of these trees are conifers and have needles instead of leaves. White bark pines have bright green needles. Douglas firs have dark green needles. But not all conifers stay green, though. Larch needles turn yellow in the fall. Then there are blue spruces. Their needles aren't green at all. I know, how crazy is that? They're blue all year long. We found it, a blue tree. Did you see these bugs hiding in the book? There was an earwig. A syrphid fly. Yeah, we'll go with that. A lepturine beetle. A crab spider. Hey, they were just in the last book. A housefly. A seven-spotted ladybird, or ladybug. A banded net-winged beetle. A western conifer seed bug. A leafhopper. An aphid wasp. A cabbage white butterfly. Those are in Animal Crossing. An inchworm. Oh, an ant. Or a firefly. Did you know? We usually talk about 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall, which many people also call autumn. Some countries divide the year differently, though. These countries may live in hot and cold seasons, or a dry season and a rainy or monsoon season. The end. Thank you for coming. We will see you next week. And again, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Any themes you're looking for, let me know. And we'll see you next week.